Hello.
Hello again.
I'm Adam.
I'm Rihanna.
And this is the Mom and Dad Cuss of fucking lot
lot.
today podcast. Today it's a lot. And this is where we share our adventures in marriage and parenting. Through the filter of having 4 boys. With, by now, obviously, no sugarcoating.
No, we share our chaos and madness in the realest way possible.
Expletive not deleted.
Expletive not deleted. Expletives inserted.
Yes, we need more expletives. Especially when you're on take 4 and the stupid computer decided to restart in the middle of the fucking recording.
Fuck my life. So how's your week been?
Up until like the last 5 minutes, it was alright. I've been tired as hell because it's been the last few weeks of work have been really rough. It's been just busy. It's just beginning of the year. A lot of new contracts at work and things like that. So we've been really busy.
Fuck. Yeah, I've had a pretty busy week too. Like it was just like the longest week ever at work. Yeah. And for like no reason, you know, I mean, I went to work on Monday, which was supposed to be a holiday, but we were open because we're busy. So I worked. I'm also, you know, dealing with like going back to school and trying to get into the swing of that. And, you know, thankfully the boys have been like super understanding and, I wouldn't say accommodating because they're still kids, but they haven't been complete shits about it, at least. They've been tolerable when I'm trying to do my homework. So. Yeah. That's been helpful, but yeah, I'm still exhausted. Sorry. See?
It's also late at night for us.
Also like 10 o'clock.
Like the whole going back to school thing, you've been up a lot later doing schoolwork.
Yeah. I've been staying up, like my Fitbit alarm goes off at 8:30 to tell me to wind down, and I don't actually go to bed until about 10 or 11, depending on how much work I have gotten done. Yeah. I stay up until at least 10, sometimes 11 if I feel like it warrants it.
Like I'm used to you like texting me while I'm at work and it'd be like 9 o'clock and I'm like, oh, good night. And now I'm getting text from you and I'm getting like words with friends from you at like 10:30, 11. And I start texting you, go to bed.
I'm in bed. If I'm playing words with friends, then I am in bed.
You're avoiding homework.
No. Yeah. Well, this past week I was, because fuck that paper, man. I don't.
Yeah. That was. Yeah, I know you were kind of struggling this week. I mean, it's been what 7?
It's only the second week of class. And
well,
I'm,
I mean,
like, dying.
It's been around 7 years since you were in school.
It's been exactly 7 years since I tried to go back to school.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, and I'm only taking one online class for my degree. Yeah. But man, am I glad I'm only taking one, because holy shit. Like, it's not something that I think I can't do. I know I can. Yeah. It's just a matter of
getting back in it.
Not even just getting back in it, but now I've got work and kids and you know, adult responsibilities. I can't just be a college kid. Yeah. You know?
Isn't like college was a lot easier when we were younger. Even like, I had a full-time job and like I was a manager of a restaurant when I started college. Yeah. And, you know, at one point I was actually working in 2 different locations and going to school, and it still seemed a lot easier than like now. Like, where the hell would I have time for that?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't, which is why it's just been me staying up a lot later than I used to. Yeah. But it's something that I want to get done, you know?
Yeah. For me to do that, I have to give up sleeping during, like...
Ever.
I was like, no, sleep is for losers.
Sleep is for the weak.
You sleep and you're dead.
But, I mean, it's something that I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get my degree. I want to get my master's. Yeah. So.
Masters. Multiple masters. It sounds a little kinky.
I'm going to say, like, I mean, if you're into that, then.
I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a few girls.
Knows a few girls. But.
Undisclosed location.
I don't know. I guess not only is it good for me to be going back because I will eventually get to be a librarian and tell everybody to shut the fuck up, which is like
you're absolutely a pro at that.
Dream job.
That's one of those. You're just getting the degree. You know how to do that already. Yeah. You got 4 kids. You are a pro at that.
I'm super good at that, you guys.
You should get like the honorary PhD and shut the fuck up.
But I feel like it's good that I'm doing it and the boys are aware of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm taking night classes and staying up after they go to bed and they don't know. They know I've got homework and it's like, hey, you guys go play over there. Mommy's doing her homework.
And the younger boys are, and it's a weird sort of like understanding to come from, but the younger boys are aware of what homework means because they're used to having to behave and be quiet and be accommodating from Charlie having homework.
Yeah.
Like they understand homework means this has to get done and you've got to shut up so they can do it.
Yeah.
Now mommy has homework. You guys need to shut up so mommy can do her homework.
Yeah. So they've been good with it. And I like that it's setting an example for them. So, I mean, hopefully. I don't know.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Maybe one day they'll look back and say, my mom went back to school.
Yep. And maybe someday down the line I'll go back to school.
It'd be cool.
Because like I didn't leave school for the sake of, like, you know, when what drove us from Texas.
Yeah.
But I didn't leave school on account of, I had already left school by that point.
A U-Haul drove it. Well, it was a Penske.
It was a Penske. I drove the Penske out of Texas. But for what reasons that have yet to be named that we left Texas. But yeah, I had left school before, but I left school because I was, I guess you could say, indecisive. I was going to business school.
Yeah.
Primarily because my stepmom felt like, everybody, all parents, everybody in the family has always told me that I'm so smart and I could do whatever I want. Oh, you should be a doctor. You should be this. You should be that. You should be a lawyer. And it all kind of came down to I could never sit behind a desk all day. And that's why I've worked in kitchens, why I work out in the commercial cleaning industry now. I'm on my feet. I'm working with my hands. I'm doing something. I'm making something. I'm seeing physical results. I'm not like sitting behind a desk crunching numbers and my results are in math. Fuck math. And I'm good at math.
I suck at math and that's my job.
Yeah, I know. That's funny. Like, yeah, the one who's good at math works with machines. The one who sucks at math does math for a living. But yeah, it's like I went from business school to culinary school to just straight dropping out because it was a matter of I make more money right now as a manager in fast food than I'm going to make after I finish culinary school.
Yeah.
Or get my degree in my business administration degree. It's like, I don't make shit doing that. I make more money right now as a restaurant manager, so I'm going to stick with this because this pays my bills. You
know what's interesting is when I actually graduated high school and started college, the major that I declared was history. And the reason that I declared history as my major, I wanted to be a museum curator.
I'm supposed to be the nerd here?
And
I'm just going to say that.
Then, like, I had to take some, like, I don't know what they call them, but basically, like, your filler classes, your extracurricular classes.
Yeah.
So I took acting because who doesn't love it, you know? It's amazing.
Okay.
I was in theater
Most
in high school.
People don't go into theater or take acting in college.
Whatever. I was really into theater in high school. I did like the one act play competitions and everything. So I was like, yeah, hell, I'll take acting. That'll be super fun and super easy.
Yeah.
And from there, I just kind of assimilated into the drama department and changed my major to theater.
Yeah.
And
I get that. You enjoy doing that stuff more anyways.
Yeah. And it was totally like perfect place, perfect timing. So it just all like worked and everything started clicking, and you know, it was just something that I felt really good doing. I wasn't going just to get a degree. I was going because I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So, now I'm back to doing something just to get a degree. So I'm going for...
Well, you're going for the degree, but you're going for the degree because you need your undergrad degree to get the big time schmancy masters that you in what you want to do.
Yeah.
You've basically got to get a kind, I wouldn't say a throwaway degree, but for your particular purposes, it's kind of a throwaway degree.
Kind of. I'm getting my degree in education, which I don't want to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And yes, it can be argued that librarians are educators, but...
They're educators, but they are not teachers.
We're not teachers. So, I don't know.
They teach you how the hell to find your own goddamn book without asking me every time you're in this fucking library.
And any position that you apply for as a librarian, it requires a master's degree, which library science only comes in master's degrees. Like, you can't get a bachelor's in library science.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It seems like it's like, if it only comes in a master's, it kind of feels like there should just be one big track. There's no undergrad degree. There's no lower steps. It's, you start the program, you keep going, and eventually you've got a master's.
Yeah.
It's like, it shouldn't be like, you know. But I was going to say it should be like karate and eventually you're a black belt, but there's lots of little steps along the way. I don't know. I just know, like, wait, no, there's lots of other belts. Fuck, what else? I don't know. I have no other example here.
But yeah, I mean, you know, at least I'm setting some sort of hopefully good example for the boys.
Yeah. And with you going back to school, I've considered the idea of maybe one day going back to school myself, but we're still in that kind of same boat of, school is like, not even that it's expensive, but it's a big time commitment.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, I get tuition reimbursement from work, so it's like, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly. It's like there are some financial advantages for you for going back to school. It is financially crippling, but again, it's the time issue.
Yeah.
So,
but
maybe one day when I'm not having to work, when I don't need to work nights as just a
when I'm finally a librarian and you get to be a full-time stay-at-home dad?
No, I was actually just going with when all the boys are in school and I don't have to work overnight, when I can work during the daytime, and because the boys
I mean, you could probably even start looking into it once Bug is in school. Because then you'd just have Sammy home all day.
Yeah. And he'd be older and easier to manage.
Yeah. He'd be like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And he'd probably take a really good 2-3 hour nap like he does now.
Yeah, if only.
Because we have that routine down.
Yeah, but we had that routine down with the others, and it's like, as of right now, Bug doesn't take that long of a nap. So I'm just going to go with he's not. I'm going to assume he follows a similar path to the others. In about 6 months, he's going to say fuck off to half his nap time.
Yeah. Oh, well. But, you know, I think it's important to set... Even if you're not sure if the example is being perceived as a good one at the time, like I said, you know, maybe one day the boys will look back and say, "Oh, Mommy went back to school and she did something for her life," and you know, I think that's important, and I think it's not just limited to stuff like, you know, something big like going back to school and changing your life. I think it's important for like everything, like, you know. They see us being just generally good people. Yeah.
Like they see that they see how you treat other people and how you see that you're respectful, irregardless of our I'm sorry. Pay no attention to her. Yeah, I know it's one of those words.
Okay.
Yeah. But
it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Despite our liberal use of profanity, we are.
I'm really a nice person, I swear.
Yeah, we are generally good people.
What was that sign on that house down the street? I'm beautiful on the inside.
But that implies that it's ugly as fuck outside.
I mean, it was.
It was kind of a beater. I'm beautiful on the inside.
I have a great personality.
This house has a great personality. I've heard realtors describe houses that way. It's like, how the fuck does a house have a great personality? Maybe the people who decorated the house had a great personality.
Don't judge a house by its front door. Fuck you.
Judge the house by the entire front yard. If you're judging the door, you're colorblind. Anyway, enough about landscaping. Yeah, we're generally good people overall. We're to a certain degree, we're kind of asshole, but that's just our...
I'll own up to that.
Yeah, it's like, we're not... But we are not disrespectful to people.
Not to their faces.
And that makes it sound like we're sitting there just blatantly talking shit about people behind their back. We're not like... I do. We air our grievances. We vent our frustrations, but we don't say, oh my god, did you see what she's wearing?
Oh my god.
She's such a slut. Oh my god. We don't do that. Anybody want to guess who was delivering that line?
But yeah, I mean, true. They see that, we are generally good people. And I also think it's important that they see how you and I interact in just our relationship, in our marriage. I think I saw it on Pinterest or something where it said, I want to be in a relationship that makes my kids want the same relationship.
Yeah. You want to build a positive standard for your kids' relationship goals.
Yeah. And it's like, as much as we might get the, ew, mommy, don't kiss daddy.
It's good that you get that, because that means that you have a healthy relationship and you are loving and affectionate.
Yeah.
And there's no implication that you guys don't like each other.
Yeah. And I mean, they see us being like completely stupid with each other. Like, they'll see us flirting and smacking each other and, just having a good time. And they also see us get into arguments.
Yeah.
And, walk away from it and then fix it,
Yeah. And the smacking each other is in the happy side.
Oh, yeah. Like,
not the get into arguments and smack each other. Because...
No, I said like flirting and like smacking.
Yeah, I know. And then you went from smacking each other right into arguments. I was like, I want to make sure we got where's the line?
There's no abuse.
What side of the line does smacking each other fall on in this sentence here?
No. But I mean, they see both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And
they see how we handle disagreements. They see when we are upset. They see like how we fight, but we do not have an abusive relationship, but they see us.
I disagree. You beat the shit out of me in your sleep. I've been elbowed in the head so many fucking times. Like, seriously.
Okay. When you get your, igloo feet shoved into the back of your thighs, you start subconsciously lashing out.
I mean, I guess that's kind of a fair point, but still, an elbow to the head does not a happy wife make.
I was asleep.
I was not after that.
I have long arms.
I have a concussion.
You did not have a concussion. I roll over, my arm goes flop, and it happens your face was in the way.
This has happened more than once. That's the bad part.
It's not nearly as bad as when the dog slept in the bed.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Then it was, we were both getting, ninja ribs from a freaking boxer.
Yeah.
Like a bicycle kick.
Yeah, she'd be like chasing something in her sleep, and the next thing you know, it's like your back is being clawed to death.
Yeah. That whole dog running in their sleep and dreaming of chasing rabbits and all that. That's not good when the dog's side of the bed is your side of the bed.
Yeah. She did. She slept between us with her paws straight out, separating us.
So one time I wish she laid like all froggy like she would the rest of the time.
I know, right?
Like, why can't you lay in a more practical position when you're in the bed?
But at least we don't share the bed with kids.
Oh, fun. You do. Because you convinced him that it is his responsibility to keep my side of the bed.
I didn't convince him that it was his responsibility. You said it, like, errantly one time, and now he is convinced that that's what you want him to do.
Yeah, it's like, apparently Damien thinks that it's his job to keep my side of the bed warm for when I get home from work. So, like, hour or so.
You randomly said it once. You're like, I guess it's not that bad because when I put him in bed, at least my side of the bed's warm. And he was like, yeah, Daddy, I keep your side of the bed warm. And now he's like, I gotta keep Daddy's spot warm. And he crawls into bed.
He crawls into bed like every other night. And I come home from work and I gotta relocate a 5-year-old.
He does it out of love.
Yeah. And I do get, like, whenever I put him back in bed and, like, I put him down and he's, thank you, Daddy, and rolls over, and I don't think he's aware he says it.
No.
But at least, you know, I don't get a meltdown, you know, tantrum from picking him up or anything, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah. No, he's funny.
Yeah. But, yeah, the setting a good example thing, it's just... It's not even like we do it on purpose.
No.
And I think if you're trying to set a good example, I think you are, like, subconsciously feel like you're doing something wrong. It's like, if you are actively trying, then there's something you're doing obviously wrong, I kind of feel like, because you're making a conscious effort to change your behavior.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of feel like when you go into the parenting game, most people think they know what they're going to do. Like, oh, my kid will never do this. My kid will never do that.
Or, I'll never do this. I'll never do this. I will never swear in front of my children. You're a fucking liar.
So I had those when I was a parent, like when we had Charlie.
Yeah, you were absolutely that
I had a bunch of those. I had a lot. Like, yeah. And then I kind of grew up.
Yeah.
And figured out that that's not what parenting's about.
It's not about, I will not spank my child, I will not yell at him, I will not swear, I will never, they're always going to eat perfect meals and organic vegetables and blah, 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 hippie bullshit.
Now, as long as, you know, that goldfish has probably been on the floor of the van maybe about a week or two, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah. Like that, I forget what commercial it's for, like, first kid.
Yeah.
Fourth kid. And it's like first kid and mom has like sterilized the pacifier and all this and then has a total meltdown because the kid dropped the pacifier. It's like second time, like fourth kid. It's like mom's sitting there on a park bench. Kid throws the pacifier. Mom just sticks it in her mouth to clean off the whatever and gives it back to the kid.
Nasty.
Like, yep. That's it, pretty much. Like, now, by this point, I've ingested as many kid germs as possible. And I'm pretty sure I can sterilize this personally.
Yeah, I mean, now it's just, I know what I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this is gonna sound bad, but I don't want to be the kind of mom that my mom was. I don't want to be, remembered in that way.
Yeah. You don't want to have a negative impression on kids.
Exactly. So... that's just kind of my only goal now.
You did not have saying you did not have the best relationship with your birth mother is an understatement of the year. So, but
you know that I think that's really helped to shape who I am as a mom.
Yeah,
because I'm not that, you know, trying to be your best friend, but I'm also not like super standoffish and aloof.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of in the middle.
Yeah. And we know moms who played the best friend game for too long.
It blew up.
And then get around to your kids getting to a point where the best friend thing is biting you in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're willing to put your foot down and be mom, and it's almost, and you're on bordering on too late, and like,
yeah,
the shock to both of them. Like, you're like, oh yeah, you're having to be mom now because you were best friend for too long and your kid started fucking up because of it.
Yep.
And now the kid...
and like, it backfired so bad.
And then the kid is suddenly like, oh, well, what the hell are you gonna be all this responsible mom for now? What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's like, and in the same language too. Or like, if I to this day, 32 years old, do not swear in front of my mother.
Yeah.
I will. If I did, it'd be like joking, passing type stuff. Like we're having a conversation and I swear in course of conversation. I would not swear at my mother, like talking to her. But if we're all having a jokey like group conversation and I said that I used profanity, I'm one of 6 kids that we all are very foul mouthed. But dear God, we're not going to talk like that around Mom.
Yeah.
That's just dumb. I'm pretty sure, even at my mom's age, she would smack any one of us upside the head.
Oh, I'm sure. Or at least throw her sandal at you.
Yep. It's like you randomly get hit in the face with a chancla. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Who's wearing? Nobody.
Where
did the shirt come from? I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's those kind of, like, that's how I want the boys to grow up.
Yeah.
With at least,
if they randomly get smacked upside the head, they knew what they did wrong.
They know what they did wrong.
I'm 45 years old. I'm still afraid of my dad smacking me upside the head.
Yeah.
Fine. That's a perfectly acceptable way to live.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I'm...
That you're afraid of getting smacked upside the head, not afraid of getting hit.
No. Well, and see, I'm not afraid of getting smacked upside the head. Carolyn has this voice that she does where oh God, it's scary. She's like disappointed in you.
Yeah.
And she gets
You'd rather get yelled at all day than hear that voice.
She talks like this. And it's like she's completely shut down. And she just doesn't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah. And it's like, no, Mommy, love me, hug me. I'm sorry, I love you.
Don't
use that voice.
Please. Yell at me, please.
Yeah.
Please yell at me. I'd much rather you be mad and angry and yelling at me than just give up at all.
Yeah. Please. No, it's scary. That is
that's
worst.
The scary, yeah, that's the, and I think I get like that with the boys some days.
I've like, pulled it on them.
I will admit that I've got a short fuse and I will yell. I will yell and scream and raise hell and all that stuff. But typically
we don't scream at them, but we do yell.
Yeah, it's kind of I'm a loud dad.
Yeah.
They also understand.
You're vocal parents.
I'm vocal. But I've had those days where I'm just like, I'm tired of yelling. I just get all quiet.
Yeah. That Carolyn never yells. Never. She's never yelled at me. Yeah. I think she's maybe yelled at Chris and Bridget once in each of their lives.
Yeah.
Once or twice. She does not yell. But dear God, she does that voice and it's like funny, you just want to cry and break down and it's the worst. And I've used it on the boys and I love it.
What's funny is, and I can't imagine her yelling from a personality perspective.
Yeah.
But she is a very big, like, Amazonian.
She's very tall.
She's tall and broad-shouldered and just, like, she's gotta have the lung power of a friggin' silverback gorilla.
Oh.
She has this big, booming voice in a very happy way. And she's a friggin' elementary school teacher.
Yeah.
But she's got the lung power to where if she were to yell at somebody, she could probably bring their house down.
I'm sure.
But she doesn't, and she's just like super happy, upbeat, very silly, smiley, second grade teacher.
Yeah. That's obsessed with Mickey.
That's obsessed with fucking Mickey Mouse. Does she still listen to the show?
I have no idea. Hi, Mom!
Fucking Mickey Mouse. Just so you heard me. In case you missed it the first time, Mom. But yeah, it's like I'm not above yelling at kids, but because I'm old school in that way, and I was taught respect through fear and corporal punishment. Like we were afraid of the punishment we got from our parents, but we also understood that every time and I got it a lot, but every time I got spanked, every time I got grounded, every time I got whatever punishment I got, I thoroughly deserved it.
Yeah.
And I accepted that punishment.
You know what's really great? I heard Charlie today tell Damien, no, we can't do that. I'll get grounded.
And it's like, we'll get grounded. I'll get grounded. That's like, no, if you do this, it's going to look entirely like I did it.
He said, if I do that, I'll get grounded.
Oh, okay. You said, if we do this, I'll get grounded. I'm like,
no.
Wait a second. He's aware that it's going to fall on him.
But it was also super funny because he was like, later, like completely unrelated. He was eating dinner or something, maybe lunch. And he was like, hey, I know what a really good punishment is.
I remember. I think that was I was making lunch. Yeah.
And we're like, okay, what? He's like, if we had to clean like the whole neighborhood, and you go, that's community service.
That's called community service. That's what happens when you go to jail.
That's an actual thing.
Like, really? Like, I would never go to jail. You sure as hell better not.
I have to do more than community service, you little shit.
It's like, me and my siblings have a very unique position in our big ass Mexican family. Mm. None of us have ever been to jail for anything. I'm sorry, again, big ass Mexican family. Not a DUI, not a public disturbance. Because, I mean, yeah, you can totally get arrested for having a house party that's too loud and, you get enough people call on you, they arrest you kind of thing. But, yeah, nothing. We at least, we're loud and rowdy and crazy and whatnot in our particular way, but none of us have ever done anything so extreme. Okay, none of us have ever been caught doing anything so extreme to go to jail. And I did have to backtrack and say we've never been caught.
Yeah. I've never been to jail. I've never done anything.
I've been to jail, but it's because I took forensics and law enforcement in high school, so I've been present at a jail.
You've been to a jail?
I have actually been to a jail, and I was teaching police officers how to do, like, fingerprinting and shit like that. That was a cool thing.
My acting troupe went, and we did training for the police department. They had us do, like, different scenarios that the officers would have to work through. Mm. Like, I had to be a special needs person, and they had to, like...
Oh, you should be great at that.
Fuck you. They had to, like, convince me to come out of the room and, like, not cause a disturbance. It was really cool. We got to, like, do all these different scenarios for their training class. Yeah.
Here's how you deal with a mentally disturbed person and... Yeah. That could possibly be violent and you aren't sure of the circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that was really cool. But yeah, I've never, like, been to jail.
Yeah.
My dad, on the other hand, will tell you very, very immediately and very, happily that he has no problems going back to jail.
I honestly
My dad
can't
has
imagine.
Spent the night in a jail. That is it. I think it was like possession. Not even. He's probably speeding.
Probably criminal. I would believe that your dad could get pulled over for speeding and be so belligerent with the cop that they arrested him out of spite.
Oh, yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
We've had that come pretty close a couple times. Because my dad is...
he's abrasive.
A bit.
Yeah, your dad's abrasive. And that's kind of the thing. It's because... Like I said, I could imagine him getting pulled over for a minor thing, or like even something even worse than speeding, like a tail light out. Something that you could totally be lying and just going off on the cop. I could see that.
He has.
I remember him when I was in the hospital and him threatening to beat up the orderlies because they wouldn't let him in the back.
They threatened to call the cops on him and he was like, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Dad,
get back behind that glass or I'll beat your ass. I was like, oh, that's what I married into. Meanwhile, I'm in the back unconscious.
You're completely unconscious.
I'm unconscious in the back with lots of morphine in my system.
Oh my gosh.
But that's a story for another day.
That's a different story.
I have to say your dad's an abrasive personality. He's a great guy, but he's an abrasive personality.
He's hilarious, and he's really sweet and really caring, and he loves very deeply.
Yeah. My life has been threatened on multiple occasions because he loves very deeply.
But yeah, he's a bit abrasive. But also another person who sets a really good example for the boys.
Yeah.
He has gone through a lot of shit, and especially lately, he is looking at very soon the potential of being completely paralyzed.
Yeah.
His back is, a couple of bends away from completely going out.
Yeah.
And he will be paralyzed from at least the waist down, if not higher up. And, he's still Grandpa Drums, and he sent Charlie a text tonight on my phone. Hey, Charlie, this is Grandpa. I just want to say you did really good on your spelling thing, and, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, and, just being cool guy. Cool Grandpa.
Yeah.
And I think that that's important, especially for kids. They need those positive influences.
Yeah. Like and you've got to give those positive reinforcement and the congratulations but yeah, you got to be reinforcing the right things too. You can't sit there and say, great job with the drawing when it was complete garbage.
Oh yeah, no, I straight up tell Charlie when stuff is weird. I'm like, that's weird looking,
that's weird,
dude.
bud.
Like,
I'm not going to sit there and blow smoke up your ass because I do not want you to think you're fucking Picasso.
He came in the other day with like this rabbit, which it actually wasn't horrible.
Yeah, it's better than he used to do.
I was so proud of this rabbit. Mom, did you see this rabbit that I drew? I was like, yeah, it
looks like a rabbit.
It's pretty good.
It's a blue rabbit.
It's a blue rabbit. And he was like, yeah, it's so good. I was like, it's pretty good,
It's all right.
Calm down.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not going to overinflate your,
I'm not going to give you an award.
Your art.
Yeah.
Because that's not going to help you.
Exactly. I'm not going to sit there and say, you're the smartest kid in your class when, probably on par.
It's like, you're a smart kid. We know overall that he is above average.
He's above average, yeah.
He's a smart kid. He's not a super genius.
No.
In many respects, he's dingy as fuck.
Oh, God.
But he's our son, so of course he's dingy. But
what was it tonight that was 2 words instead of 1 word?
Jetsons.
No.
I don't remember.
What were we talking? We were talking about something.
We were talking about the way he emphasizes words, because he was talking about Pizza Hut, and then you mentioned the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Because he was like, Pizza Hut. He was like, no, it's Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Well, he did the same thing because we were watching the Jetsons. He was like, Mom, why are we watching the Jetsons? Like, what? No.
Not the Jetsons.
No.
It's not Big Jet and Baby Jet.
But, and like the other day he came home and he showed me, look, Mom, at school, I made accordion. I was like,
Stop. Accordion.
I made accordion. You made an accordion? Yeah, it's accordion. No.
An accordion. One word. Accordion. One word.
We also had to do this with America because he thought that we lived in America and that there were people who could live in a different America.
There's a South America and the North America. And if you got the right emphasis on the South and the North, then it's a North America.
It's a North America.
It doesn't help that there's people out there, America.
But
North America.
He's kind of a dingbat, but
yeah.
He is very intelligent.
He's book smart. He is straight friggin' ding dong.
He is very blonde.
Yeah.
He lets those blonde roots shine through.
Mine show through from time to time, unfortunately. It comes by his dinginess naturally.
Yeah, well.
I'm bordering, and what's funny is, I legitimately border on genius level IQ. I'm still dingy as fuck and have blonde roots in this show.
Humble as a saint.
Hey, I'm expressing my actual intelligence with my dingbat dumb as fuckiness. So.
A word.
It is today. I am William Shakespeare.
I'm a genius, but I'm dumb as fucky.
Yeah, I'm dumb as fuckiness. No. Okay. But like I said, I have like a borderline genius level IQ from a intelligence, things that they test for that sort of shit. But it's been shown that being a genius level IQ doesn't mean you're that smart. It means that you test well in the areas that they measure.
Yeah. You
can still be dingy as fuck and have no practicality and be essentially useless. And
case in point. Hello.
I'm gonna thump your foot.
Why?
Because you're calling me dumb. Only I can call me dumb.
No, I was calling me dumb.
Oh, okay. I thought you were totally throwing...
super duper book smart. Like, I was in academic decathlon. Come on. Yeah. And I won, like...
Yeah, you've got a suitcase. You got a case of awards.
I've got a case of awards. I won a crap load of scholarships from it.
Yeah.
And I can't fucking cook to save my life.
Yeah.
Like,
I graduated with honors and did not apply for a single scholarship. Not a fucking thing.
I had a shitload of scholarships just from being...
Yeah.
Just from my placing, state level in academic decathlon.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
being in that, you got all those scholarships and things, and they kind of build into the program to get you applying for shit, too.
You don't have to apply for anything.
But I mean, like, they reinforce you, like, applying for other scholarships and trying to find financial aid and crap like that?
No.
No? Wow, what the fuck?
No. No.
What the hell, assholes?
Just academic decathlon. But...
I didn't do shit like that, so I don't know. I assumed that they were more responsible than that. Jeez.
No. But, I can't cook a meal.
No, you cannot.
Like, the boys even know this. Like,
yeah.
It's Saturday and mommy's cooking. Mommy, are we having mac and cheese? Like, shut up, okay? Yes. That's what we're having.
Yes, we're having mac and cheese. Is it Bunny Mac? Yes.
Charlie was like, Mom, if you don't want to make it, I can make it. Shut up, and I'm not that bad, damn it.
To be fair, I've started teaching him to cook.
I know, but...
And I think that's another one of those things where, like, setting a good example is, it goes also to the way we were both raised in a very extremely different ways we were both raised. Is that I did come from a very traditional sort of household in that mom did do, even though, like, mom worked in the day, dad worked nights, and those sort of things, kind of similar to what we have. But... like, yeah, dad did some cooking, but overall, mom and dad did still have kind of that, like we were talking about last time with that sort of traditional gender role dynamic. Mom did make dinner every night. Mom came home from work and then made dinner. And mom, like all those traditional mom things, school functions, mom volunteered, all that sort of doctor's appointments. To be fair, mom worked at the hospital. We just showed up at the hospital to meet mom there for our doctor's appointments. Bus system in Phoenix was great. But we were all raised, like, boys included, we were all raised under the kind of mentality of you do not ever want to depend on somebody else for basic survival.
Yeah.
You need to be able to cook. It's like boys and girls. So I've got 3 sisters and 3 brothers. You need to be able to feed yourself. You need to be able to provide for yourself, take care of your own stuff. So if you pop a button on a shirt, you need to be able to sew a button back on a shirt. You need to, simple stuff. It's like, you need to be able to lace your own damn shoes.
Yeah.
Which we take care of your basic, just human existence. You need to be able to keep yourself alive and not depend and not rely on somebody else to be able to do it.
Right.
And I mean, it's a simple kind of a thing, but that's how we were all raised.
Yeah. And I mean, we have done that with the boys too, like basic chores, they all know how to take out the trash. They all help with taking out the trash. Yeah. They vacuum.
Trash day is a group thing, yeah.
Yeah, trash day is a group effort. They vacuum, they unload the dishwasher for me, and I mean, they put stuff away that's up in the high cabinets. They get the stool out, they put stuff away, they vacuum, they clean, they know how to fold. They don't ever fucking do it, but they know how to fold.
They know how to do it, they just don't, because they're small boys and
they're young children.
We don't fold our clothes. Why the fuck are we going to expect them to do it? I mean,
yeah.
That's the setting an example. That we are not about to sit there and harp on them about getting our clothes folded when we've still got baskets full of clean clothes that we pull from every day.
Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like we have done right by them in that respect.
Yeah.
That they do know how to function.
Yeah.
And
I'm going through the phases of, I'm going to be teaching them, again, because I know how to cook. God, one of us needs to. But I know.
Why do you think I married you?
Yeah, I know. Because
you were tall, you could reach the top shelves, and you could cook.
Yep.
That's all I needed.
Mm-hmm. And my DVDs.
And your DVDs.
Which we haven't watched for shit since we got married.
No.
I've built the collection. We haven't watched a damn thing other than the Harry Potters. That being said, but since I learned to cook at 7, that's when I started like actively learning to really cook. So Charlie hit 7. I decided now's the time to start teaching him to cook and start getting him to do stuff.
He's become a man. No, I'm kidding.
It's the first step is learning to cook. And he's every day, because he sees all the stuff that I make, and like I want to make mac and cheese. I want to do that. It's like he has become capable, and I will leave him to make grilled cheese sandwiches for his brothers on his own.
Really?
Yes, he can do grilled cheese, and I will allow him to do, and this does require, assembly and getting out the griddle and all this stuff. And he learned a very important lesson, his first time around, unsupervised. Do not cut up Sam's sandwich before you put it in the press.
Oops.
Yep. And I look and I see little chunked up sandwich because it's cut up for the baby. And it's like, all right. You don't cut up the baby sandwich until after it's cooked. You're like, oh, yeah. Okay, I'll remember that for next time. And you remember that for next time.
Poor guy.
I was like, hey.
He tried.
It's one of those things. And again, he's dingy.
He's a dingbat.
He's dingy, but
I don't know how many times in a day we have to, whisper behind his back, common sense.
Yeah. He's not a common sense kid. He's a book smart kid. He is. He's incredibly smart. He's incredibly book smart. He is a dingbat. That's just it.
Yeah.
So.
It's unfortunate.
Again, genius level IQ, dumb as fucky.
Dumb as fuckiness.
So, he comes by naturally.
Yeah, he does. But, I mean...
That should be the title for this episode, Dumb as Fuckiness.
Dumb as Fuckiness.
Oh, that would get flagged at iTunes or whatever. You can't have profanity in your titles.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah. I think that's kind of what parenting is all about. Just finding the example that you want to set.
Yeah.
And not setting rules around it. Like, I will never... My child will never.
That's what has resulted in, overly involved helicopter parents.
Yeah.
I will never, my child will never, and you are damn sure that's going to reinforced because you're going to be there to make sure that you never and your child never and blah, 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 blah. Like,
yeah.
Let your fucking kid live.
Set a good example.
Yeah, set a good example and your kid's not going to do it.
And you don't have to worry about it.
And I will admit, me and my siblings, our dad straight up said, I teach by bad example. It's I am a terrible example of what to do, but you understand that do as I say, not as I do. Don't do the things you see me do because you understand that there are things that I do that you should not. So there's that level of thing, but that's also one of those kind of things where you're I think your mom that you kind of had that sort of thing with your mom.
Yeah.
Is that your mom ultimately led by bad example? Is that you do not want to do those things you see and that you perceive to be negative that your parents did. We try to avoid those things.
Well, and even those things that we do have, they're not on a huge scale, and the boys have accepted that those are things mommy and daddy can do that they can't. For example, something as simple as drinking soda. They know that they're not allowed to have soda because they're little kids. And
it's one of those funny things that it's I do look at things like that and we're we're kind of more hippie than we realize.
Yeah,
with things like that. It's I think back and it's when I talk to some of the guys that I work with.
They don't get candy.
Yeah, we keep candy in the house, but it's more of we've still got Halloween candy because they haven't. It hasn't. Because
we've got 4 kids that fucking collect Halloween candy. Fuck.
But also on top of that, it's around here, candy is a reward. It is an earned reward.
And you gotta work hard for that. It's not just you cleaned your room. No.
You've got to go above and beyond what is just your normal,
I expect you to keep your room clean. Yeah. If you did something on top of that,
you're getting
awesome.
You're getting a reward. You're going to get this candy treat. You're going to get ice cream. You're going to get cookies, but you're going to earn every treat.
Yeah. And
like,
I mean,
when I was a kid, we would just get shit sometimes.
Well, and I mean, I was drinking Dr. Pepper by the time I was 2.
I was the same way with coffee.
And the boys...
Here we are now.
I know, right? And the boys have water, milk, and juice.
Yes.
That is it.
The only time they ever have anything else is if we are going to any sort of a restaurant where those are not options.
And then they get like lemonade or something.
Yeah. Like if we go to Sonic or something, they usually get like a grape slush.
Yeah.
Or like they'll get like, or someplace they'll get like a lemonade or a Sprite that's the furthest they'll ever go.
Those are like few and far between.
Yeah, those are few and far between. It's rarely do we find any place now where milk, juice, water, lemonade is not an option. I think even I think McDonald's or Burger King offers bottled water as an option in the kids' meals now. Mm-hmm. We'll be nice. Chocolate milk, we'll go with chocolate milk at McDonald's and whatnot. It's like, hey, we're not that bad, but you're going to get the milk.
we do take them to McDonald's,
Yeah, it's like, we're still, you're going to McDonald's. We're not going to do that. But you're going to go to McDonald's. You're going to be getting milk. You're not going to be getting Coke.
Exactly.
So... Yeah. And we don't do that very often, but even in most of those cases, that is an earned reward.
Exactly. And so I feel like we have succeeded there.
Yeah.
We've
got a fairly, respectable balance between our hippie trying to give our kids good food and what was the opposite of the spectrum that we were going with? And the fact that we go to McDonald's.
Soda.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we got on this topic because it's what the kids, they know, like, stuff that they're allowed to do.
Yeah.
Versus stuff that they're not, and that we are.
Yeah. They will come, they will get up in the morning, and they will see. That
mommy and daddy both say bad words, and they are not allowed to.
Yep.
They don't. For the most, I mean, it's funny when Bug does, but
yeah, it's you always catch the little one. It's always like 2 or 3 when they start picking up on the bad words.
Well, and Bug, he does it because he gets so frustrated with the other 2, and he'll be like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, that's the big one. That's probably their biggest one that we catch them on. We're like, I kind of can't yell at you because it fit.
Yeah, it's like I feel the same
thing.
I felt the same way, so. What the hell?
What the hell? Go for it, bud. Don't say that anymore.
Don't say that.
I feel you, but don't say that anymore. It's usually a sign for me to say, look at how bad you're being. He's yelling at you. Like, you've pissed him off. Or one of them's throwing a fit and then Sam starts yelling and making fun. It's like perfect pitch. He's exactly replicating the way their tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you realize you're being such a brat, Sam's making fun of you?
Right. Well, and it's funny, too, because they like being told when they are setting a good example for each other.
Yeah.
And they don't even, they don't do it to get that recognition. They do it because that's just kind of who they are. Like Bug.
Yeah.
Today, I felt so bad. We went to get pizza because the pot roast. The pot roast was not ready in time for dinner.
Because we're both dingbats.
Apparently frozen steak doesn't cook very quickly.
Doesn't cook quickly at all.
Oops. So we had to go get pizza, and we decided to order in person instead of online.
Because our really smart kid had one of those book it certificates. So we're like, hey, you got to book it. I never got a book it pizza.
Oh my god, I got so many book its. Anyway, so we decided to drive around, and we went to the car wash that's right down the street. And it's one of those where it drives your car through the car wash.
Yeah.
And it's super cool. It does all the different color soaps and the big slappy thingies that scrub your car. And
great description of a car wash there. Big slappy thingies.
Big slappy dingbat. Dumb as fuckiness. But it's one of those really big ones. We both forgot that baby Sam has never been to a car wash. And we went at night when everything is kind of enhanced.
And it's like crazy neon Willy Wonka
And there's colors and flashing and different colors and loud sounds.
And loud water jets and shit. And
he started screaming. He was so scared. And it wasn't like normal baby just fussing. He was screaming. And I was like, oh shit, I completely forgot that he would be scared of this.
I was trying not to laugh. But it wasn't like and this is hilarious. It was like, oh shit, we're dumb. We completely forgot that he's never done this.
But I reach back and try to hold his hand and he's shaking and freaked the fuck out.
I know, so terrible. Fuck.
But as soon as Bug realized that Sam was so scared, he leans over and he goes, "It's okay, Sammy. It's okay." And he's trying to comfort him because he is a very good big brother and he loves Sam.
That is his favorite thing in the whole world is getting to be a big brother and taking care of his little brother. It's he's got two big brothers and for all of their weirdness and brattiness at times, he looks up to them so much and he wants to be able to be that good big brother for Sam.
Yeah. And, he's got two big brothers that take really good care of him. They help him clean his room. They help him get pajamas on. They,
he's with
make
them all
his
the
lunches.
Time. Yeah.
They are very good big brothers to him. And so he is now learning how to be a very good big brother to Sam.
Yeah. Their particular wanting to have their independence and I want to make this myself and I want to do this myself results in them being good big brothers. I want to make my own lunch. Well, you have to make Bug's sandwich too. You can't just be selfish. You've got to, if you're going to make sandwiches, you got to make sandwiches for everybody.
Yeah.
So they'll make sandwiches for everybody.
Yeah. And I mean, they ask each other, hey, will you get me a glass of water? And they'll do it for each other. They don't just say, oh, you've got legs. I know they will in the future.
Yeah, eventually. It's you can reach it yourself.
Yeah, fuck you. I know that's coming, but for now, it's super cute.
Yeah. I think when Sam is about 5 or 6 and he can reach the sink, it's going to be get your own damn water.
Yeah.
or waiting there. Hey, while you're up.
Uh-huh.
That's because that's going to be one of those.
Gonna learn from observation.
Mommy sets an example.
Yeah.
Hey, while you're up.
Center over there. Yeah.
But I think they just it's all about setting a good example and example. False teeth give you a funny speech pattern. Nah.
And you're dumb as fuckiness.
I'm dumb as fuckiness. But God, I want to use that as the title. But it's kind of those, you want to reinforce those sort of things. Mm-hmm. I was Charlie's smart and we congratulate him on his grades and things like that. But it's you want to reinforce those just good behaviors, those things that make him a good kid.
Yeah.
Because ultimately he's it'd be great if he's super smart. It'd be great if he has some sort of athletic ability. He doesn't really.
He has no athletic ability.
He's like you. Hand-eye coordination is not his friend.
He unfortunately inherited that from me. He's got none.
Yeah. But
poor child.
I mean, he's a smart kid, and I imagine he's always going to do well academically. But how does that relate to adult life?
Yeah.
It doesn't really. But it's the ability to take care of yourself. It's the ability to be a good person and take care of your brothers, to be nice to other people, to treat strangers with respect. Those are the things you really have to reinforce and encourage, because at the end of the day, my mom takes pride in the fact that none of us have ever been to jail. So it's one of those in nowadays, I mean, for even minor things, but yeah, I think it's kind of a point. You've never been in trouble. It's really never seriously been in trouble. And we are ultimately, for all our insanity, we're good people.
Yeah.
And I think in a lot of cases, I would hold up my siblings up against anybody for, I'm going to go Harry Potter on this, but I'm going to hold us all up above anybody for moral fiber. We are just, for all our craziness and all of our insanity and all of our, outward ass holiness, we're those people that are going to stop and help an old lady cross the street. We're that's just who we are. We're gonna buy the crap tons of Girl Scout cookies. Yes, because we like Girl Scout cookies, but also because we want to help out the Girl Scouts. We're the people that are going to give our spare change to the old guy that we see on the corner every day because, like, hey, no, that's Jerry.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We're gonna give money to charity. We're gonna, rescue animals from the shelter. We're gonna do all those sort of things. We're just good people.
So what you're saying is I can get a puppy.
We cannot get a puppy until our number of animals in this house goes down at least 2.
Fluffy, you and I need to have a talk.
We're not getting rid of Fluffy. And you're not going to assassinate my cat.
I'm just saying, she and I.
And you're not going to convince her to run away either. We're not getting... And I said by 2. If we're going to start subtracting cats, yours is next.
Oh, I like mine.
Then I like mine.
Fine.
It seems like the dog is going to live forever.
I know, right?
We never talked about that, but that's
another thing.
Yeah, we're running a little long today. We can't get into dog surgery, but that's a topic for another day. But any final thoughts, my dear, or Jerry Springer moment?
I'm tired.
I think you started with that.
I know.
It's supposed to be a final thought. I'm a dick.
Generally.
Yep.
No.
You turned off your brain at this point of the night. Aren't you normally supposed to be doing homework. Your brain should still be on right now.
It's Sunday. I don't do homework on Sundays.
Yeah, I know.
It's my cheat day.
We do. It's your cheat day. You shouldn't say cheat day in reference to schoolwork.
This is true.
It's my cheat day. Shit. They don't listen. As far as you know.
Hopefully.
But I don't know. I think I kind of my little just ultimately, everything we've kind of gone over today, it just ultimately comes down to set a good example for your kids. Try and be good people and try and raise your kids to be good people. Like, don't try and teach your kid to get a scholarship for basketball or you want them to be good at sports. You want them to be smart, but ultimately just raise good people. That's probably the best thing I could ever say for anybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
the rest you can work out life if you're a good person.
If the question is ever raised, what's the biggest word of advice you can give another parent, that's going into this, that's, about to become a parent? Don't stress about it so much.
Yeah.
Just, be your best self, and they will be their best selves.
I actually recently heard about a parenting book. It's called Calm the Fuck Down.
Yeah.
It's an actual parenting book. But yeah, it's like, I don't know a lot about the book. I haven't read it. I just heard about it and I was like, just that title is it. That's it. That's kind of, it's calm the fuck down. Because, parenting is stressful. Childhood is stressful. And stressing about it's not going to help.
Exactly.
You just calm down, take it a bit at a time, and just try and do your best. If you try and do your best, that's all you can hope for. Try. We got a little preachy there.
Hallelujah.
Can I get an amen?
Oh, God.
I think we're going to get sued for that line alone. Sorry, Rue.
Please don't send us a cease and desist. Actually, send us one.
Send us a cease and that'd be fucking great.
Can you sign it?
I know. It's like, can you sign it personally? Can I frame this? Oh, no, we'll stop, but can I get your...
Yeah, absolutely. I'm totally down for...
Oh my God, I've got your signature notarized.
Totally down for whatever you want me to do. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for signing it.
But that being said, I think that'll wrap us up for this week. Wrap us up.
For the rest of your life.
Snuggy Tales. Wrapping up in Snuggy Tales.
Oh, sure, yeah. We'll go that route. Snuggy Tales. Mm-hmm. I was going the you are not getting any more children route. But.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep, that way. But remember, you can always catch up on all the past episodes of Mom and Dad Cuss on our fun little website, momanddadcuss.blogspot.com, until Rihanna frees up the wallet so we can get a proper domain. we can get momanddad.com if she'd just let me.
Have you done your chores for the week? You don't get your allowance.
I'm doing it right now. This is part of my chores for the week. But yeah, right there there's all the links.
Sorry, we're investing in a Roomba before we're investing in a website.
Got a website, we just need to buy a name. Okay, back on top. But there at the website, you can click on the little links down the side that will to go to iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher and Spreaker and lots of other places to where you can subscribe to the show, so you can get all of these sent directly to your phone or your computer if you actually still listen to us that way. But subscribe so you'll never miss our insanity.
And send donations for Roombas.
And check us out on Facebook at Mom and Dad Cuss. And if you have any questions or comments or any fun little parenting stories you want to share, then email us at momanddadcuss@gmail.com. And until next week, I've been Adam.
I'm still Rihanna, I think.
You think. Good night, everybody.
Good night.